of death and not responding. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Welcome back, players, to the Seas of Rashadon. I am your dungeon master. Where we last left off with our heroes, the party had managed to clear out the caves and did a little bit of soul searching on their own time. Killendel found out that he is now a father-to-be. Congo took a little bit of soul searching and went up to the top of the mountain and found out that it might be it's most certainly a volcano, but hopefully it's still dormant. Nilismaril had a little bit of a conversation with Morgana about Damien's wandering around the estate. And Gammon went off to go and find out about those mysterious raiders who destroyed his first ship and attacked the second one, which brought the party together. All right. Illendel,
Yes, sir.
I need you to place yourself back in the Elven Triumvirate. You have these two shells. You managed to get a couple of help carting them around from some nice people from the Elm Charger estate.
Mm-hmm.
You did notice when you went through the portal with Kill, he wasn't the happiest of people when he went with you.
Okay.
But you took your separate ways, and some people from his estate were happy to help you get it to the next major market to sell the shells.
Okay.
You have managed to find a trader who is willing to buy the shells.
Okay.
And there we are.
Okay. Are we? What's he
Well,
offering?
hello, sir. I see you have some very, very expensive goods that you are trying to unload. How can I help you?
Well, you see, good sir, I am sitting here looking for a buyer, and I was hoping that maybe you could help me with that.
I most certainly could, sir.
These shells came to us at great cost.
I can understand they are.
We lost a dwarven front inspector.
He watches. He pulls out a little whatever that little eyepiece that jewelers put on.
Mm-hmm.
These are quite exquisite and fresh. I would give you 4,000 for each one of them.
4,000. I was looking more along the lines of 5. I mean, they are fresh. They are within less than 1 day's kill.
And I understand that, sir. And
the
I understand it
potency.
probably was very tough for you to acquire these goods. But you need to understand, I am a businessman, and I have to sell these goods back. I have to make some profit off of these.
4,500.
Roll a diplomacy.
He says in character.
I'm sorry, this is reminding me of episodes of Pawn Stars.
Wait, I need to get an expert in on this one.
Diplomacy. Is that skill? What would that be?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, sorry.
Oh, okay.
The other one.
3rd edition brain kicked in.
Diplomancy.
You mean necromancy?
Oh, Jesus.
I am sorry, sir, but 4,000 is the lowest I can go.
You mean
Highest. Highest.
I like the fact that 4,000 is the lowest. If
you know what I meant.
4,500 is too high, would 4,250?
Roll another persuasion.
Oh, Jesus.
The way you said that roll of persuasion, it made it sound like a fucking pimp.
Shut up, Tristan.
Because you're mystical, magical Mr. Horse.
I'm sorry, sir, but 4,000 is my final offer.
4,001?
Well, can I ask you...
Who said that? I swear, the rats are getting bigger and smarter every year.
Well, seeing as your purse is very tight-lipped, maybe it is you can help me with something else. I am
Hmm.
looking to establish a farm, or a group of farms, and I was wondering if there was something within those lines along an agricultural means that you could
Mm.
help me. Maybe some seeds that you need that you haven't been able to divest yourself of.
I apologize, sir. I do not sell in agricultural goods. Mostly my wares, and you can see along the shelves, is um, monster parts and other various goods. And you see like the skull of like a
A
insert
rancor.
random beast here, some
There's
an
just a
eye in
neon
a
sign
jar.
over the door. It says "Parts are us."
Yeah, he mostly sells on monster parts. I don't know of any of those. You might be able to buy something off of maybe one of the local farmers. They would have some
Ah,
spare seeds to sell you, but I do not trade in those goods. No, no.
so what would you do with these? And then I show him the 6 dinosaur teeth that I
Hmm.
currently.
Yes. Nice. Hmm. How many do you have?
6.
I can give you 12 gold for those. Which should bring the total up to 4,012.
Done.
Plus
All right, you
tax
have
arrears.
4,012 gold in your inventory now.
Cool. I didn't want to go backwards by sitting there having to roll a persuasion and get a 1. Have a
Hey
critical fail. Blow the whole deal.
man, you're getting those low rolls out of the way now.
Yeah.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
I'll ask him if he can direct me to a merchant that deals in the agriculture. Somebody that he is, you know, uh, I guess you could sit there and say, well connected to, or friendly at least.
Ah, yes, if you head down the road, there's a bugbear. She sells things for the local nobles who like to grow uh, their personal gardens. Might be able to help you with some goods.
Thank you.
Yes,
I
yes. Right.
I
And you
will.
watch as he claps his hands, and a couple of centaur come out, and they drag the shells into the back.
I'll head down to the bugbear stall, or if they have a stall or a building, and I will sit there and seek to uh, purchase uh, seed, just agricultural tools that I know that we would need on our.
Mm.
Uh,
Well, I'd like to say, Shaw, I really don't sell many in agricultural tools. You might be better off going to a blacksmith. But mm, I do have some seeds, but most of my things are for garden tending and for random things like that. I don't really specialize in tools.
hmm. Could you direct me to anyone that does specialize in seeds, say for you know, for the farmers?
Your best bet would probably be to go to a druid of some kind,
A
or
druid.
maybe a farming district. If you're looking for mass plots, mostly the things I sell are fruit trees and things like that.
Fruit trees.
Yes.
What
Uh,
kind of?
the ladies love the cherry trees, mostly for the blossoms.
Get
Okay.
apples. We can make liquor.
Um, what other fruit trees do you have?
Yes, I have apples, oranges. Uh, I also have some berry seeds. I believe they are raspberries. Um,
Oh, nice.
and yes, that is about most of my wares. I have managed to actually cure some bananas from the Ozpon city states.
Okay. How much would it be for all of them?
The bananas are probably my most expensive. You would be surprised.
Okay.
I could have enough for 2 trees, and they are 100 gold apiece.
Hmm.
The cherries are fairly common, and luckily I do get some spares. So those will only be about 10 gold pieces, and I have 4 ready for full transplantation, if that is what you are assuming.
Mhm.
I can give you 4 saplings. Everything I will give you will be a sapling. I
Okay.
don't really accrue the seeds. The saplings are a little bit easier to sell off. Most people don't want to wait for a full tree to mature.
Okay. Hmm. Um, Give me 1 sec. Be right back.
Yes.
Well, it is about time I go. I will watch until I pass out, and then I
Yep.
will just catch up on the VODs. So
Have a good night.
have
Have a good
fun.
night.
Don't do anything super stupid.
Yeah. Have a
We'll
good
try
night, Quan.
not.
Um, do we have are any of the vendors actually selling bananas at all, or no?
No.
Okay.
You mostly went to a very a nicer city,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
there is some noble housing and stuff like that. As he said, most of the stuff that he sells is for personal gardens.
Right.
So he doesn't have like tools and things like that, other than like hedge trimming tools and things like that.
Okay. Um, I and then the apples. How many apple trees did he have, or apple saplings?
That's before, sir. Currently have 4 apples, 4 oranges, uh, 10 berry seeds, and the 2 banana trees.
Okay. And the price that you would give me would be along the lines of.
As I said again, the banana trees will cost you 100 gold apiece, seeing as how they are an exotic good. I do have to. It takes me a bit to accrue these. Um, the regular trees are only 10 gold pieces.
So 10 gold for apples. And it was 100 gold pieces per banana. And then what was the other one? The cherry was 10?
Cherries, apples, and oranges, and he has 4 of each of those.
Okay. Okay. So where's my calculator? So that'd be 120 for that, and then 200 for the banana. 320. Okie doke.
Oh, you bought them all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And can I ask him to have them delivered to? It was the. Hold on. It was the Meadow Striders estate. I assume you do deliver.
Yes, sir, I do deliver. There is a, let's see if there is a 1 gold per product delivery fee.
Okay.
So that will be a total of 12, 14. 16 gold pieces, sir.
Okay. So what the hell did I do with my calculator again? 16 comes out to 336. 12. Okay, so that still leaves me 3,600. Oh no, that was 8,000. Duh. Okay, 7,676. Okay. I will thank him and I will continue on my shopping. I will head to like the fruit and vegetable vendors.
Okay, they have raw fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to be asking them like which ones have seeds because I hate to spit them out and I just want to identify those. So like in regards to seeded like seeded fruit, seeded vegetables, stuff like that,
They
like
all
cucumbers.
have seeds.
Okay, good. I will buy, and I'm assuming that the vendor can deliver or no.
No, these are street vendors.
Okay. I'll buy like 100 gold pieces worth of vegetables, which should be a shitload, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of vegetables.
Okay, vegetables and fruits, by the way. So vegetables and fruits.
So now, I want you to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
These are from the fruits. That does not mean they're guaranteed to actually plant.
I know.
You'd be better off just buying seeds. And again, you would need to travel to a farmer to get those. I want you to think about that first.
I know, but at least there's a chance for seeds. But
Wouldn't my comment be correct for?
huh?
Oh, he's doing his mystic magic.
I'd have to look up things. Let's see.
I need to go find the little furry bastard.
Yeah, that's quite a few £100.
Okay. I'll have them deliver it to the Meadowstrider estate.
Didn't you hear what he said before?
What?
They don't have that much vegetables. You would buy out an entire vendor.
And
Is basically what you're doing.
and also they don't deliver.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just head over to the farmer's area then, and then maybe I'll come back and get.
You're gonna have to head out to an individual farm, or you could ask somebody to just buy the seeds so you can try and plant these. You also have to think about the population of the island. They are currently managing 4 fields. Fine.
Right.
Anything more than that, you need more people.
I mean, to manage trees, you don't. It's not really that hard.
Well, when the harvest comes in, they have to pick the harvest. They're doing this. They would have to do this by hand. There's no machinery to do this for them.
Okay.
We're still in the feudal system, feudal era there, Mav. We're not in the fucking.
There's no cotton gins or industrial equipment for
the
this.
John Deere dealer.
Yeah, there's no John Deere.
Okay.
Unless you have a slave called John Deere.
These are all really good ideas. I'll let the trees slide, but all these additional vegetables and everything, you might want to just save your money.
On the bright side, for trees, they don't produce fruit until like 5 to 8 years later.
Yeah.
Unless your magical tree druid does something with them.
Yeah, a random, not a necromancer at all druid magics the trees to life.
He's
Okay.
not a necromancer. He just looks like one.
Yeah.
And I feel offended because I have a master's in postmortem communication. I actually do.
Is there
Nice.
any blacksmith that specializes in like farming tools and stuff like that that I could buy here that I know that we don't have back there from what I've seen?
Yielding New Holland dealership.
Yeah, there's a farmer who sells, or there's a blacksmith who makes these goods. Again, they don't make them in mass. Well, they do make them in mass numbers because there is some farmland nearby.
But most like mass-produced farm equipment is normally going to be made on site. Most of the time, they're
Yeah.
going to be custom.
Which you know there's an iron mine, so all y'all need to do is get a foundry up and running.
Wink, wink.
Mm.
We'd
And
also
then you
have
can make farm tools and not have to worry about buying the initial surplus. There is farm tools that they currently have right now, so don't worry about that right now.
Okay.
But they just released a new Magic Tractor. It
Well,
gets 25 miles to the soul.
let me see. I will go ahead. I will go ahead and place the 2 potions that I have because I think I had 3 at the very beginning, and then I will head back with do I remember from our last combat that anyone else drank their potions or no?
No.
Okay.
Ow.
Then what I'll do is just go ahead and buy a total of 6, and then I'll tell the party that I got some extra ones just in case anyone needed them or wanted to stock up. And then I'll head back.
the party's not with you, Mav. So
I know. That's why I said I'll tell the party.
Let's see. How much are the health potions? Potion of healing.
Yep. It's the lowest one.
Okay, what's the cost though?
I think it's 50 gold.
Yep, they are 50 gold a pop.
So 50 times 6 is 300.
Uh-huh.
Okay, doke. So that leaves me with a net profit of 7,376.
Uh-huh.
Okay, doke. I'll go back.
All right. You make your way back. The party just finished a meeting. Would y'all like to relay the points of the meeting?
Yeah, we'll have the secretary read the minutes.
Oh, you are a dick.
Well, before they read the minutes, I'll sit there and
I'm
tell
just
them.
joking.
I was hammered at the time. Can I also have the minutes?
Oh,
Here
you
is
all are assholes. Watch the VOD.
Here is
Okay.
the profits from the shells, and I'll say I was able to get 7,376. I also was able to get us some saplings, and I've got 4 apple saplings, 4 cherry saplings, and 4 oranges saplings, and I've got 2 saplings for banana trees.
Uh-huh.
And the banana trees are extremely rare, and they're very hard to get. So
Not out here. Or at the Osbon City Estates. They'd
Right.
be not that hard to get.
But in the Elven Triumvirate, they are. So
Yes.
We're going to
Don't
become our own.
apply our natural laws for temperate zones and tropical and all that to that world.
right,
This is a
Welcome to
totally
D&D.
separate world.
right.
So what you're saying is we could actually grow apples and oranges in the exact same climate with no major issues.
Yes,
There you
Yep.
go.
that's what I'm gonna go with because we're not gonna do with
Stardew
geographical
Valley.
physics or science on this because I don't want to.
And I
It's
don't blame
Stardew
you.
Valley.
Yeah.
You can
Yes,
grow
it is
everything.
Stardew Valley.
Powered by
Lost.
friendship and gay relationships?
I mean, if you want to be gay, your character can be gay. I don't care.
To be very honest, the Stardew character guys kind of look like shit.
And as I turned over the kitty in regards to the cash, and I sit there and I say, here are also 3 other health potions. I didn't know if anyone had used them during the last fight, but there they are. I know that some of you thought that the snails were worth saving. I looked at it as the island would be better off if we had the ability to sit there and use them as just another resource that we had here within the island. There was no harm, no foul. I only meant that the sacrifice of the 2 snails versus the helping of an entire island's population was a greater necessity than it was to just leave them alone and be eaten by the Umber Hulks later on. I didn't see that worthwhile. Because if they were running from something and there's only 2 of them on the island, something was eating them. As soon as we figured out that there wasn't a growing population, and there never would be because of their timeline, because only I would live that long to be able to even see them reproduce.
Is it Mr. Elephant?
So that was my take on it. So here's
If I may interrupt, Mr. Lindell.
here's the benefits of everything that
Mr. Ellendale, stop
Go ahead.
talking before, or Mr. Gulamov makes you shut up.
I believe as I explained to the other members of the collective, I do not believe what you did was in malice in any shape, form, or fashion. My understanding is that if this was your original intent, it was not expressed sorry, my southerner slipped in, while you all were in the, while you were all in the mines. If this had been your original intent, it would have been better discussed with the members. And I personally do not fault you. But you need to make these intents known. Just doing as you will without the consent of others is rude and sets up situations for your true intents to be misunderstood.
But shouldn't that discussion be brought up because of maybe the temple and the child? I mean, I'm not the only one that you're going to look at the offense of a snail or 2.
I personally do not care about the snails. And they obviously netted us a great profit. I understand this, and these are a benefit that they are dead, in my eyes. But we do have a cleric who values nature.
I
We
did
have a
not know he was
druid
a nature cleric.
now in our employ who also probably values nature in some regard. I don't know. He kind of freaks me out a little
Maybe
bit.
unnature.
He keeps going on about visiting Hot Topic for some reason, and I don't even know what this Hot Topic is.
I too am confused about the hot topic. I've been told that I would fit in perfectly there. Mm. Um,
Now I'm just
but
picturing Golmov with fucking like a Hot Topic gothic shirt and a little fucking like choker thing. Just
a bunch of earrings in his ears.
Mm, Game on. I can't get that image in my head.
oh,
But I personally do not care. It would have been no slight against me. I believe that is something that was a slight against Mr. Gammon. And that is the one who was more upset by this interaction.
Then I apologize. It was not my intent to harm you or to hurt your feelings or your ideologies or your religion or your God. My only concern was, since we brought the Yanti here and and everybody was contributing to the building of the island, that we were looking at anything that was on the island aside from us was a resource to be used. And apparently that's not the case now.
I believe from our previous meeting that is correct. I believe we have agreed as a collective that from here forward we will try and adhere to the most honorable path when it comes to accruing our coin.
Then I have a quick question.
Yes.
In the future, when an instance comes up where, say, it is not me that is bringing something that would go against the party, but others bring concern, how will that be handled? Will it be by vote, or will it be by, hey, we're not going to say anything until after it's all over?
I believe a vote is the first understanding of that, and then there cannot be any true hurt feelings. If the collective has already decided that this is the path we will pursue, then I don't see any harm. Do any of you disagree?
does this mean we're getting a Golmov manifesto?
No.
Oh, he can be like our Karl Marx with less beard but
No.
more trunk.
No.
You see Kill's hand just bop Nil on the head, and you see the anime bruise just about from where Kill popped her on the head.
I'll have to try to turn just enough so you hit the fucking horns, Mr. Fucking
But no,
Invincible AC.
that is honestly something for you all to decide. As again, I made Gulamov is a 100% neutral character. He does not care.
He is our Master
Well,
Miyagi.
he does
The
care.
rest of you actually have your ideals that your characters will probably adhere to as to what you would actually do in that action, and that is something you all decide on. If it brings you in conflict with the party, that happens.
So basically, as long as the party doesn't know that something happened, it's okay?
Well,
Yeah,
to a certain
mean,
extent,
I
that's
don't know.
actually what Gammon said. He said, if you must do this, do it when I'm not here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like my mama always used to say, it ain't illegal till you get caught. My
If
mama's
you
a
want to
wonderful
create
woman.
like an assassin's guild and go off and take killing contracts, just don't let the party members who know about stuff like that find out.
And
Like
and
Kill, for instance.
my Gammon is also my alignment is neutral, but my god is a god of nature. So,
You pissed off his divine sugar daddy.
and it's not even necessarily that your actions upset me. It was that I'm upset by the fact that my deity is upset.
Yeah, it matters that his god is upset.
The
Helm
reason,
did not care any
No.
which way whatsoever what happens to those fucking creatures.
No.
Helm does not give a fuck.
Yeah, but Kill, on the other hand, did not want to fight fucking snails. He would have rather just left them be and been done with it.
There you go.
Mhm.
All right. Now it's getting on in time. Is there any other discussion on that matter?
No.
Nope.
All right. Everybody's good, happy. All right. So, um, but we did manage to decide on a new contract. If you are willing to come with us on, or at least go with the others, I will assist Miss Morgana on the managing of the farm or the estate. What do we call this place?
Hmm. Gammon, you and I were discussing that a few weeks
Yeah.
ago.
I don't think we came up with a name, did we?
I do not believe so just yet. We were conversing, but
Island McIsland faced.
I don't believe we'll be taken seriously on a international stage with a name like that, Miss Nil.
no, I don't believe so.
Um, well, we'll put a pin in it for later. But no, we have a contract with the Earthen Monarchy. They would like us to
Was
assist them on an expedition into their uh, old cave systems to find a dwarven tag.
How did we get referred to a bunch of tiny little short stacks?
I'm not exactly sure myself.
We did have
maybe
some dwarves come and build some things for us. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
but when I picture dwarves, they're tighter than a duck's asshole.
Sure. Congo,
They
anything to
don't.
lead in on this?
They don't really like spending money to bring in other people.
Um,
If we're taking this contract, we should leave.
in
yes.
my personal, if you would like my opinion on it, they might be bringing you in because you are expendable assets. But you're not weak expendable assets.
No. But then again, they could also be bringing us in just so that we could scout out and they can take all the glory as well, from what I've read up in history books and such.
Uh, this is also true, Mr. Meadowstrider.
Oh, we are expendable.
Well, let's get going before we have a angry dwarf burrowing through our lands, and yeah, I'd have to us to get our asses moving.
Yes, and your point of contact is Father Ironspike.
Oh, good. We're dealing with a Greg.
Okay, out of character. Father Ironspike, correct?
Father Ironspike.
All right.
He is the employer.
Right. I do not remember a mention of him though, but I believe Congo might. Then again, I don't know. I'm not from the monarchy.
Goggle, if you want to, you can roll a history check.
Sure. Please.
So destroyed.
Yes.
You have not heard of this family name. But if they have enough clout to be requesting outsiders, which you know is a very difficult thing to bring into the Earthen Monarchy, they're probably powerful.
I do not know this name, but like I said,
I has out of
they have
character
requested
question.
us. We may
Let
want to
Congo
leave.
finish first. Okay, what's your question?
So his title is father. Is he basically a Greg?
Define a Grag.
Dwarvish lore master and or
Yes.
revered graybeard.
Yes.
Yeah. Dwarves tend to schism hard, and they tend to collect little fuckers underneath themselves.
All right, let's go.
Yep. All right. So you managed to get the crew and get the vessel prepped and ready to go.
Gather
You
enough
handed off.
supplies.
Do you want me to add that gold to the party inventory, Mav, or you're going to keep it on your own personal inventory?
The 7,000?
Mm-hmm.
No, we killed it as a party. That's the party loot.
How much was it in total again?
7,376.
Give me 1 second. I gotta do some math because.
It was originally 8,000, but I had to buy the saplings, and
Yep.
then
So 7,000. How much?
376.
376 plus 2,982.
Then we got to take away administration fees, and then there's interest on the account, and then there's account fees, and
All right. 10, 3,
then we
5,
got to
8.
deal with inflation. So it really
All
comes
right.
out to
Your total
540.
collective inventory is at 10,358.
I could make so many for real dolls with that.
Oh, you're going to a place where you actually probably get the parts to do so.
Mm.
So,
Yay, magical honor holes.
you hop into your vessel and you start taking a long voyage to the north. It's a pretty uneventful voyage. Gammon.
Mm-hmm.
Rattletail would like to speak to you
All right.
because you've been probably one of the only people who's been building up repertoire with this NPC,
I mean,
other than you and your basic amount.
I thank you for your consideration in these matters.
Kongo and his unofficial harem in the background.
Has 3 reputation with Rattletail.
Ah, Captain. I heard about the combats within the caves.
Yeah. What have you heard?
That you were able to slay a group of very powerful beasts.
Oh, you mean the what were those things? The
Uber Hulks. Or
Umber
Under
Umber
Hulks.
Hulks.
Umber Hulks.
Yes.
Yes, we narrowly managed to kill.
Hmm. How many was it?
Was it 2,
3.
3?
Roll a persuasion. So basically, you're explaining the tale to her. She believes that you killed like 10 of the things.
Oh damn, you went Beowulf on her ass.
So I said we killed 3, and she believes we killed 10.
Mm-hmm. The way you were telling the story, it sounded. You basically went into the sailor embellishing of tale mode.
He started like a big Viking saga, and the glorious battle of fucking
Yes,
Gammon versus himself,
And Kongal single-handedly killed 3 by himself.
and ripped one's head off and wore it like fucking trophy and became a berserker. Glory of Valhalla.
I
But
myself only claim 1.
have you been tracking the reputation with the NPCs?
No.
I have
I know
some
you.
in my
None of
notes.
the rest of you have been interacting with them, other than Kongal.
I've been primarily interacting with Morgana and that of his own wife.
Yep.
I probably have some interaction for sure with
I
Mortaris
think
and
you were at rank 2.
Do I have reputation with
Anything?
mini human?
Yes, you do have a reputation with Damien. I just haven't generated any special bonuses for interacting with him yet.
Were we supposed to write that down?
Yeah, I might not have been having you do it. We have been playing off and on for half a
yeah.
year almost now.
As far as I know, I'm the only one who's actually had to.
Yeah, because I've
follow
been
up.
having you track it. I was supposed to have everyone else track it. I'm going to say default. Gammon, you were at 2. Kongal, you should be at a couple of points as well.
I have 3
this.
for Rattletail.
With the crew or
Oh,
with
you also have
Rattletail
3?
specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing on with the RP segment. So, Rattletail actually, she's like, impressive. If you would like, I can teach you and Mr. Kongo a couple of tricks that the lizard men use. So, she gathers the two of you together, and while y'all are sailing, it's a little calm shoal while y'all are around. she has the crew park the vessel for a little bit, and she teaches y'all how to do basically free diving.
Ooh,
So you can now double your time that you can hold your breath
nice.
underwater. So your Constitution modifier counts as twice of what it was.
Cool. I don't know what the actual amount of time
You can hold your breath for your Constitution modifier per minute.
Okay. I'll add a note here.
So if you have a Constitution modifier of 1, you can only hold your breath for 1 minute. If you have a Constitution modifier of 4, you can hold it for 4 minutes. Now you can double that.
Wait, say it again?
She basically taught them how to do free diving. It's a natural thing that lizardmen have because they're amphibious.
Sadly, I can only my con modifier is only 2 anyway.
So wait, we essentially have frogmen.
Kinda, but they're lizards.
Well, no, I mean frogmen is like the special forces group.
He's saying that
Yeah.
because Kongol and I can hold our breath for longer.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a discount frogman though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not Italian and not strapped to a one-way missile.
Now that would be Kongol, who can now hold his breath for
He would also take off.
8 minutes underwater.
He would also have to take off that ring.
Holy crap!
That's a long time underwater.
Mm-hmm.
To be perfectly honest, Congo I just treat as man too angry to die.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. That's a barbarian.
And the paladin is just
All right. Continuing on, because I'd like to get to you meeting your contract. You managed to make your ways towards the Earthen Monarchy, and as you start getting closer to the shore, you see this massive mountain range coming into view. It is a rough and desolate looking land. As you manage to start getting closer, you are actually interdicted by a couple of strange vessels. They don't use sails to propel themselves through the water. They look more like metallic bunkers, is the closest thing that you all would understand, except for you, Kongol. You know that those are gunboats.
Um,
All right, the ships are coming on course to interdict you. What are you doing?
Kills was just looking at him like kind of dumbfounded what the hell they are.
no need to worry.
Are they signaling?
They're heading directly towards you. There's not any signals that you can see, other than like a flag that they both share.
I just
Kill
relate to
looks up quickly to make sure that what the flag we have on the bluebird is flying high. Just
They
in
are
case.
from the monarchy.
Are you sure that they couldn't be renegades of some sort, like intercepting ships of trade or?
No.
Are we going to get captured by the border patrol?
If so, that would be our first.
The ships come closer and they come right up alongside you. You watch as are y'all stopping them in any shape, form, or fashion?
Nope. Kill's not.
While we're continuing to make way, that's why I said, are they signaling?
No, they're not signaling. They're just coming up right alongside you. You do notice like the one gun system that it looks like they have. It looks like a weird cylinder with 2 barrels sticking out of it.
Oh no.
And they are aimed at you right now. You notice as they got closer, they actually started to rotate to basically keep tracking on you. There's a ship on either side of you right now.
So we're flanked both port and starboard, pretty much.
Yep.
So essentially, we have two dreadnoughts basically on either side of us.
Oh, they're smaller than that. They're only a little bit bigger than you, but they only
Well, I
have
mean-
one cannon system.
They're pretty much
I mean,
monitors.
like,
They're monitors.
Yeah.
yeah. They're still centuries ahead of us.
Yes,
hmm
and you do notice a smokestack on the stern of the vessels that's just bellowing out black smoke.
Such an inefficient place to put it.
Do not
That's where
do
they put it.
anything rash.
One of the ships comes alongside you, and you hear a voice saying, "Stop your vessel. You are violating international waters of the glorious Earthen Monarchy."
It's just like we hear this in our head, or this is a hail coming across.
It's a sound.
I'm guessing
Like,
it's
you all
probably
hear
some person with a bullhorn.
Yeah.
We're basically being intercepted by the Russian dwarf Coast Guard.
Gammon signals the crew to furl sails and bring us to a stop.
All right. You bring in the sails, depower the trim, and
Kill the auxiliary engine.
oh, you don't have an auxiliary engine.
That's
Yes,
what
we
you
pushing.
think.
And you
It's
watch
just fucking
as
Congo on the back
It's
pedaling.
Kongo swimming with his 8 minutes
some
of holding his
some
breath.
hooks shoot out from the vessel and latch on to the side of your ship from one of the ships next to you. You watch as a hatch opens up on a elevated part of the ship, and out walks it looks like a dwarf. He's got a massive beard with what looks like an anchor sewed in on over his right breast.
Why don't we just give them full Russian military uniforms with like the fucking like
Congo
white
is
and blue
a
striped shirts?
Congo is a greeting and the other monarchy of we, I guess, come in peace.
So what would their more
The
traditional-
dwarvish is basically German.
Oh yeah. Not like I know.
Guten Tag, Fräulein.
I know German.
And
So, with my sailing, I'd like to
Uh-huh.
make a history roll. With my sailing experience, time spent at sea, potentially having encountered Earth and Monarchy, do I know any general pleasantries that are necessary for dealing with them?
you know how to greet in German or in dwarvish.
What I mean is like protocols for sailing in their area. You know,
Don't.
Yeah, you just don't.
That is usually the protocol.
What's the
Unless you are
protocol?
invited, which is highly rarely, don't.
So in other words, we need to make sure we've got
Question.
our invitation ready
Yes,
to show.
you probably want to bring out your contract.
Gammon,
Oh.
do you have that paper?
Do we actually
He,
have a contract already done?
reaches into his
yeah.
coat and pulls out the letter with the seal attached to it. Or he pats at his coat. He doesn't pull it out, but he pats at his coat and nods.
Bring it forth.
Gammon walks up next to Kongol, and we prepare to meet our border.
And you watch as a group of dwarves bring out a ladder system and they latch it onto the side of your vessel. And one of the dwarves walks up, and a couple, like 4 of his guards, walk with him. You all notice they basically have that exact same rifling system that you see Nil use a lot, except theirs are a lot shorter.
So they basically just got a bunch of pistols.
Long pistols, almost.
Oh, so they're using
Carbines.
carbines.
Yes, a very early age carbine.
Which is interesting because normally carbines are associated with cavalry units.
So with my knowledge of basic greeting, I give my best greeting.
Hello, lawn ornaments.
Is that really what Nil says?
Oh,
I tell Nil to put her gun away.
You watch as the
I don't
he's
really
a
have
keep it
anywhere
out
to
of
put it
sight.
he's a pretty
away.
stout looking
Well, I
man.
mean,
As I
keep
said,
it
he's
out
got a
of sight.
long beard and he's got the insignia. You also see there's a couple of stripes on the shoulder pieces on his what looks like armor.
So what is he, an upper lieutenant? Or an opposite?
Let's see if I can find Navy. Fucking, I don't have Navy ranks here. For sense of purposes, I'm just going to use the basic Army ranking for all of their military ranking.
I'm just gonna assume the guy's a captain. So
Yeah, you see. Okay, so here's what it would look like. All right. He is. You basically see what looks like a silver dot, a silver pin, and it's woven in over on his sleeve or on his shoulders for what his armor, for on top of his armor. He would be a major equivalent if you.
No, you just
Oh,
Over
Kovebaklaten or whatever it is.
Let's see. Yeah, he would just be major. It doesn't translate. Yeah, because that's medical, veterinary, judicial. Yeah.
German
more?
Navy rank would be a Kovebaklaten. Something like
Yes. I'm trying to build the world as best I
Call him
can.
Major for now.
Wait, did somebody post me something? Yep, Tristan did. Thank you. Open original. There we go.
You're gonna have to zoom in on it.
Yep.
Like Korvetska Kapen or whatever it is. KORV.
Yeah, Koverspekat. Yeah,
However you pronounce that.
Insert
Yeah,
German here.
I have
Yes.
not gurgled enough fucking.
Greetings. I am Koverspekat. Oakenshield.
It just makes him look
welcome,
What
inconvenient.
brings
welcome
you-
aboard. Welcome aboard the Bluebird Oakenshield.
Oh damn! I've actually fucked up his accent.
Yeah, we can roll.
Welcome about to what brings you to the Earthen Monarchy?
We've been summoned
We are
for another Iron
yeah.
Spike.
So, and you watch as his voice switches to German. It switches to Dwarvish, which sounds like German, and he's speaking to Kongol directly. What do you bring outsiders here, Lawburn?
As I speaking in Dwarvish,
Mm-hmm.
as I say, we have been summoned by Father Ironspike. It is not by choice.
Let me see your permission slip.
He just turns his head to Gammon. Show him the bloody paper.
Gammon pulls out the message with the seal.
You watch as he looks it over. He notices the seal. He rolls it back up and hands it to you. It seems like your papers are in order. You will sail directly to the port, and you will wait there for the party to receive you. We will escort you along the way. Do not try and run.
Gil just kind of raises his eyebrow and thinks to himself,
I disagree.
I don't think we could run,
Commander.
let alone
So that's
outgun
avenue
him.
number 6.
And with that, you watch as he turns around and walks off your vessel. After he gets back into his, he goes back into his, closes the hatch. The hook comes off of your vessel, or they also took the ladder off, and they begin sailing with basically you in between the two of them. They have not taken the guns off of you.
We follow them to the port because I don't know where we're going.
Yep. You manage to make your way to the port. You see a bunch of those trade vessels that you originally helped you bring in your initial supplies to set up the island, and you see predominantly nothing but dwarves here.
Are you in Goliath?
You very rarely see a Goliath. There's maybe like one or two every now and then that you see, and they're usually right behind a dwarf. You do see, honestly, what looks like a bunch of automaton walking around more often. You even see what looks like almost a military patrol of them walking around as well. Kongol, you know that this is strange. Usually the military role was for the Goliaths.
He's just not liking it. He's just got a sour look on his face. Not really voicing his opinion right now.
I'm gonna roll this.
Okay, and what are you trying to find?
I'm just looking to see if there's like distinctions in their uniforms or anything.
You notice there are quite a few military. Assuming just by the attire from the guy who Oakenshield.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few Navy military here.
Okay.
You do see occasional people in common looking gear. You don't see anybody that stands out as like anyone who would be the equivalent of a noble
Hmm.
walking around. It seems like mostly this is almost a military port. You do notice currently docked at the harbor is a massive vessel. It is metal from bow to stern. There's gun ports sticking out along the sides of it, and there's a bunch of those cylindrical, you would assume, gun houses sticking on the top of this vessel as well. And it has these massive paddle wheels along the side of it, and these great smoke-looking stacks sticking off of the center of the vessel. And instead of the traditional figurehead you would see on most vessels, it seems to be almost a dwarf holding twin hammers screaming from the front of the vessel.
I kind of speak to Congo while still looking over the massive ship. Congo, I'm guessing that is one of the Earthen Monarchy flagships? I've not.
Congo, you do know that that is the flagship. That is the pride of hammers. It is the current High King's personal vessel.
It's basically the dwarven version of Bismarck.
Yes.
It is the flagship of the fleet.
There's only one.
I has
You
part of
see
a
one.
Only one.
From what you see, yes. But that is
Know
part
that
of the reason
there
I
are smaller, basically sister vessels of it You never
Okay.
had the opportunity to actually see them. Mostly they don't use Goliaths for their navy that often.
Yes. But I was not much in the Navy. I know that is the flagship of the current High King.
Hmm.
Which is also a very good reason why those smaller boats were not stolen.
I get your point. This could literally, if it wasn't for elven magic, this thing would probably even destroy many towns and even maybe the capital city in the Elven Triumphant.
Don't tempt them. He just goes back to. I guess we're walking towards it.
As you pull into harbor and you anchor your vessel, they bring out a docking ramp for you. You do see a couple of the dwarves. They look at you all, and they kind of see your sorted crew. You can all roll a perception check.
Skill.
Congle with advantage,
Let me
because you know what you're looking for.
perception.
Ah,
At least Congo found it.
I has a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, you stated that tieflings are partially tainted by Legion, correct?
Yes.
And dwarves are a long-lived race, correct?
Yes. The average dwarf lives about 200 years.
I was going to say like 300 max.
No, they don't live that long. Well, actually, yeah, they would live as long as because Golemov lives about 300 years. Yeah, they live
Well, I
about
was going to say
300 years.
300 because everything I've read for dwarves, they tend to hit maturity at around age 50 to 70.
Yeah, they live about 300 years. That's still generations ago from the Legion attack. That was about 1,000 years ago.
So they're in like the second, third.
Yeah.
Would I know if they have any grudges against me or like my race?
You would not know.
I wouldn't at
Most
all.
of the dwarves that you interacted with in the Osmond city states really didn't care. You even know of some dwarves that work in your guild. They really didn't treat you any differently.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was kind of like one of those things where they're like, "Oh, you're a tainted bitch. We don't like you."
I kind of think these guys probably don't like anybody who isn't a dwarf.
Well, yeah, that's a dwarf. That's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether you have demon blood, you're still tainted.
Or
Well,
Centaur.
yeah, but I mean, like in the sense of that tieflings have been tainted by Legion, which is the big bad of the planet. It would give me like a double disadvantage.
Well,
Y'all would
don't
know
tempt
from
the DM.
the collective history books is that when the Legion invasion happened, the dwarves pretty much locked themselves up in their realm
And said, "Good luck, everyone else. Fuck you."
until like the bitter end. And they came with these engineering marvels.
So they took 10 years just to build up enough infrastructure to pump out shit that could punch back Legion, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I
they
was
did
just-
have to fight the Legion on their own lands as well.
Yeah, I was more or less just wondering if I should be treating it as like me wandering through a place that is not very kind to.
Honestly, you're treated at the exact same level of everyone else.
Okay. And I was wondering if it was like an extra level of hate.
Kill might be a little bit worse because he is.
Oh yeah, the long-standing rivalry between elves and dwarves even exists here. Something about a trade deal that went really badly, and the elves insulted the dwarves by cutting off their beards. You don't know the full extent of the story, but you know that there is bad blood between elves and dwarves. You don't know if that extends to centaurs.
But
Plus,
best
you
to
know there
err,
is bad blood between elves and dwarves.
but best to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, be on your best behavior. Which is something Kongol has expressed to all of you on multiple occasions. Be on your best behavior. Like, these guys are not the theocracy.
Or the
Dwarves hold long grudges.
So I guess Kill will grab his things and start donning his armor, or in preparation for the arrival.
As the ramp went on your vessel, the rest of your crew is kind of just sitting there like, should we go assist with mooring or anything, Captain?
This
What-
time, Kongo chimes in. It would be best if you stay on the ship.
And you do notice a couple of dwarves. It looks like maybe they got some type of word or instruction, and they start coming up and they start doing all the mooring for you. But the perception check was basically you watched as one of the dwarves walked onto the vessel, Kongol, and you saw him basically spit on the ground or spit on the deck. And he just looks around on the vessel. As he was looking around on the vessel, you know that that's an old warding against, like, if something bad magically is happening around, it's basically a warding, or it's like, I don't approve.
Oh, so it's basically the idea of mind sign.
Yeah. And you watch as a dwarven man in a let me see if I can get his image.
Crucial question. Should I expand on the idea of mind sign? Or
Sure,
does
well, I'm
anyone
looking
generally
this
get
up.
idea
Go
of that?
ahead.
So the idea of mind sign is generally when dwarves are in a mine, it's an emotional fucking hotbed. But since there's little to no privacy and everything's such a hierarchical structure, the only real way the dwarves have any way to express themselves is through mind sign, which is basically a collective graffiti that is basically the general feeling of whatever the dwarves in that mine have. Which generally takes the form of just any kind of way they're feeling. Different runes and signs mean different things. Like, for example, when a mine is created, the general sign that most dwarves will stick to it is called the Long Dark, which is basically the opening of a new hole. And then you get weirder things the further down you go and the more weirder shit you hit. You end up with stuff like the Guarding Dark or the Dark Before. Shit where nothing really makes sense. They're not really creatures or anything, but the dwarves believe in them hard enough that they just become things.
So the dwarves are basically the greenskins. Their belief.
Yeah, it is
beliefs.
basically an emotional hotbed. The graffiti is also a good way of understanding the what's happening in a mine, because dwarves don't talk about their feelings. If you see a bunch of like mine sign that's about panicking, like something bad is happening, but no one's saying it, you'll see it in mine sign before anyone says anything. And generally what happens is as soon as you start seeing stuff like the Guarding Dark or like the Silent Dark, that's when you start, like, you just stop mining operations and send everyone home. That's when bad shit happens.
So what?
Because
So what does
like everyone's on edge and stuff has gone bad. Like there's people dying, murder, everything. Like stuff has gone sideways.
Hmm.
It is not pleasant. So basically, mind sign is collective graffiti of what's happening collectively in this mental state. Though Warlord could change that for how these dwarves work, but that's essentially how mind sign works.
Okay.
It's basically dwarves are so hierarchically structured that they don't express feeling really.
You see this man walking on the vessel.
He's got a pew pew.
Oh, that's my kind of dwarf. Jeez, look at that.
You watch as he takes off his his cowl, and he removes his mask. And you notice he is of dark skin. Like his skin is almost black, and it's an ashen gray.
Is that a hammer and sickle on his gun?
Yes.
Glory be, comrade. It is not your mine, it's our mine.
I am here to escort you. You may call me Feldwebel Nikolai. Or Feldwebel Nikolai. You will stay in my presence at all times, and we will go to meet Father Spike. He is expecting you. Is that any question, Undermensch?
Is he he's expecting us as in representatives or our entire adventuring party?
Your entire party.
Other partial question: should I be hiding my equipment?
No.
No.
Okay.
It is nowhere near as advanced as his. His rifle is currently on his back, and it's nowhere. It is way more advanced than yours.
So it's like comparing like a 1700s musket to a fucking like M4.
Yeah. Except more like his is an M1 Garand, and yours is a musket.
I was thinking more of a trapdoor Springfield, but
And you do notice that in place on, imagine that on the center of his chest piece, there is what looks like a shield emblem with an iron spike in the middle of it.
Was that their version of an Iron Cross?
No,
No,
it's
it's
the
the
Iron
symbol of
Father
the house.
Iron Spike.
Oh,
it's like kills.
oh, so it's the symbol of a Greg.
Yes.
Like kills emblem is literally a centaur with an charging something with an elm tree in the background. But his is more attained to that of his liege lord, or more than his family.
Are there any questions? I assume you are the adventurers, judging by your attire.
Kills Viking.
Congo reaches into his pouch and then attaches to his, well, wherever the proper place to attach it would be, with his old rank of his military rank.
Did we ever say what rank you were?
No.
Your equivalent, you know that your equivalency for let's say you're how old?
1 second.
How old is Conkle?
Crap, where's my
Donuts.
22.
22?
Yeah.
Your equivalent's like a private, dude. But he does give, like, when you pull out your ranking, he does give a nod. You do notice he has, like, these fiery red eyes. Think of almost like a Black Iron Door from World of Warcraft. Kongal, you would know he is a Druger. He's one of the 3 great families of dwarves.
He is the biggest dickest.
But you do know that the Druger are the more militant arm of the dwarves.
So Congo probably worked with them quite a bit.
Yes. They're not as bad as the mountain dwarves or the hill dwarves when it comes to the treatment of Goliaths. But they never treated, none of the ones that you ever met treated you. Again, they would always call you the Undermensch, which basically means you are the submen. Even though y'all are giant compared
I
to
was
them.
gonna say, even though
Yeah.
you're bigger and stronger and more powerful in most ways.
But they outnumbered them
Mhm.
by a significant margin.
Gammon tells the crew to be on their best behavior. Rattletail is left in command.
As you wish, Captain.
No one leaves the ship.
Aye, Captain. The crew will be on their best behavior and stay on the vessel. You hear that, you scurvy dogs?
She turned Jamaican?
Yeah, that's what her accent's supposed to be. Sorry, I didn't get it right that first conversation segment. But yes, she has a Jamaican accent.
I just
Islander,
imagine
Caribbean
troll,
Islander
troll
accent.
from Warcraft.
So the way she deals with staying on the boat is just smoking as much fucking weed as she can find.
That's
You've never seen her smoke, but
She's just really good
you
at
do
hiding it.
see he gives a quirk as basically what is essentially a lizard, and he gives you a look, Kongol, and he basically says in Dwarvish, "You let a creature care for your vessel."
Congo, knowing the history, just says, "And you let me fight in your wars."
Yes, but at least you're of a somewhat proper breed.
he'll just raise an eyebrow between the conversation between the both of them and just go and just
Mm.
listen, just thinks to himself, well, hopefully it's nothing bad.
And you watch as he's holding his helmet or his face mask underneath his underneath his arm. "Let us go. We shall not keep the," and he says this in common. "Let us go. We shall not keep the father waiting."
Congo just starts walking off the ship.
Kill falls right behind him, keeping in pace.
Did her picture not show up? God damn it. Ah, fucking hell. I hate Fantasy Grounds sometimes. Alright. As you all are walking through the streets, you notice most of the dwarves get out of your way. You do see a couple of dwarger here and there. Mostly they're in more of the military attire. You see
I
a
just keep
couple of
picturing
lighter.
them in like Waffen SS uniforms.
Sure. They would look more like German military armor with or clothing, but they're overlaid with different pieces of armor. You notices like from breastplates to full plate armor in some cases. And he walks over to basically what looks like a building of some kind, and he steps his way inside inside the car.
Congo just nonchalantly walks right in.
Kill not knowing what the hell a car is, just walks right on in.
All right. As you all get inside the car, you watch as he closes the door behind you, and he motions to a dwarf who's sitting at the front, who gives him a nod, and then you watch as he pulls some levers, and the box that you are in starts moving.
Would you like us to roll something specific about it, or just
No.
kind of?
I'm just getting some things ready. And you feel yourselves starting to like rise in altitude almost. Tristan, you find it's a little bit harder for you to keep your footing because this is basically a metal flooring almost. You're basically almost moving in a train car
Mm.
that has no comfort designs for someone who walks primarily on hooves.
Yeah.
Do we have a map? Or
No image.
Theater
Sorry.
of the mind.
Theater of the Minded, man. You look out the side windows and you see like the harbor starts getting further and further away, and you're just traveling through a massive mountain range. And if you look up ahead, you can see this massive fortress with these massive stone walls. The track that you're traveling on is basically heading to this. Think of it as it's like a dwarven face where the mouth is open at, and there's twin parallel car tracks going up, and you travel your way inside of the fortress. As you make your way inside, the car comes to a stop, and you all feel like the judder of this essentially rail car come to a stop. Nikolai opens up the doors again. Follow me. We're almost there.
Congo gets out and starts following.
Kill does the same. A little shaken up how fast the trip was. Normally it would take
Yeah.
me a couple days.
Yeah, a trip that, by your approximations, would have taken days if y'all were traveling in horse and carriage. They just completed in the span of about an hour. As you continue to make your way, oh, it's not a JPJ. That's why it's a PNG. That's why it didn't work.
You can change it over to JPG.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Let me. Was it just rename?
Rename and change
Or
the.
save
Yep.
as.
Yeah.
Yep, change it. And then I need to go to images again. Where is it? Fuck it. I'll worry about it later.
Mm.
And he makes his way over to what looks like a noble house of some kind, except the entire thing is made out of stone and seems to be carved from the rock. It is a very, very massive looking fortress, almost. Like, it would be the equivalent of a fortress where you're all from. And there's above the like main gateway entry is a massive, it's that same symbol that Nikolai has on his chest piece is hanging above the gate. And it seems to be held up by two dwarves. And in each of their hands is, in one hand is a massive hammer, and the other is a massive axe. And their other hand is held out, holding up the shield. He makes his way inside, and he nods to the guards, and they step aside, and they allow you all to enter into the building. He then ushers you all into what looks like a dining room of some kind. It actually looks really nice compared to the outside. This place looks like a traditional noble manor. There's carpet flooring, or there's furs on the floors. It looks actually very homely on the inside. Uh, Inside the room, there is what looks to be a Druger man. He looks far older, and he seems to be sitting at a desk. And this is what he looks like. There we go. Share. Boom.
He's very purple.
His skin is a purplish black color.
Man, he looks like he could beat the shit out of you with that staff.
Probably could.
And as you all walk in, he basically looks up from his paperwork on the desk, and he's like, "Us. Yes, finally, the adventurers I requested. It is nice to see you all. I am Father Ironspike, patriarch of the Ironspike clan. I believe you have responded to my request."
Gammon presents the
Ah,
request.
yes, thank you. Sit. And you see there's some chairs laying around in the area.
Kill him knowing that he would not fit anyone. He just lays down in front of a spot and politely moves the chair aside.
I bet you're all wondering why I requested your kind instead of handling this in a personal manner as is traditional for my people. Yes?
Expendability.
Don't think of it that way. So you are, yes, expendable, but I we dwarves have lived a long time stuck within our mountains, and I aim to change that. But my seat amongst the council is not as great as I would want it to be. I believe your Goliath friend could explain more of how the intricacies work. I do not feel like doing that. Where is my mentors? And you watch as he pulls out this massive decanter from underneath his desk. It is improper to discuss deals without drink. And he pours out a couple of shot glasses for all of you, and pushes a tray towards your way.
Kill. Grab the shot glass.
And you watch as he pours himself one. It does look better than yours.
Yeah.
And
Are we doing vodka shots?
pretty much, yeah.
I guess he just downs
It's
So
it.
hopefully a successful adventure. And you watch as he basically just downs it back instantly.
Gammon glances over at Kongol and kind of questioningly, is this going to kill me?
Kill.
Did you see
It's like,
fucking Nils in the
look
back
at
just
him. Even
doing shots hand by hand?
As you all take the shots, roll a Constitution for me.
That's what I figured.
Hey, how do
Congo's not going to take a shot.
Straight
Yay.
con
Gammon's
save.
drunk.
What are we doing with this one?
I gotta
Constitution.
pee. I'll be right back.
Constitution save. It was supposed to be a save, Gammon.
It's the same.
Okay, cool.
On save.
I mean, I'll roll it again, but it's gonna be this. I mean, it's the same. Same.
the hell
You're
is with-
good.
Question: is this in regard to poison?
Well, it's
No.
alcohol, so
Yeah.
Dwarvish drink is strong.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Last time there was a drinking contest, it was based against poison, which I have resilience. That's why I was asking.
Sure, you can roll again and we'll take the higher. Because, yeah, technically it is poisoning with alcohol. You're poisoning your body. Okay, nat 20. Nil, you drink this thing and you're like, this is good shit. I really would like another one.
It's much like real life, isn't it?
Elendel, you also are just like, man, these are some good drinks. Kill. Oh, Kongal, did you roll one, or you're not drinking?
He's not drinking, and Kongal's standing.
Mm.
He's a priest. He has to be a teetotaler.
But yeah, Kill, you also are like, whoa, this burns.
I'm used to wine.
But it's it's like this is not a flavor I'm used to. It's not bad, but it's basically like drinking vodka for the first time. You're like, ugh,
It needs a chaser of some type of something else.
yeah, but it doesn't mess with you at all. I wish Gammon was back so I could actually describe what
I'm
happens
back.
to him. Okay, yeah, welcome back, Gammon. So as you drown this thing, basically trying to be polite, um, it burns like high hell as it's going down. It does not feel good. You'd very much rather be drinking rum right now. But nothing other than that. As I was saying, uh, Goliath, do you not drink?
It is not that I do not drink. It is that I am currently in uniform.
Ah, do not worry about that. I, as a, what did we call them? Nil?
Kafa Kapan? Stuff like that.
No, the
Oh,
dwarf.
Greg.
I, as Greg of the Iron Spike household, instruct you that you are currently off duty and you are discussing a personal matter with me. Now drink. It is rude to discuss business without drink.
He takes the glass immediately and just shoots it back, and ooh, it's been a while.
It's been a while since you've had, and this is top shelf stuff as well. This is way better than anything you've ever drank in your life, and it just kind of you're just like, whoa, it's been a while. Good. Now, I believe you read the request. I need you to go and retrieve an artifact that is rumored to be within an ancestral tag of my family. It is deeper within the mountains than we often go. I assume there will be some dangers and other uh, perils that will encounter the expedition. Hence why I decided to bring in outside sources. Because, as I said, I want to change the Ethan monarchy. And if I can win the next election for High King, I can change those things. And an artifact brought into my household will very much help to increase my standing. Am I understood?
Kill nods, yes. Yes, an understanding.
You will be rewarded considerably well. I believe 10,000 of your gold pieces will be fair, correct?
Is he being sincere?
He is being sincere.
Each?
No, as a collective. You watch as his eyes do kind of squint when he looks at you, though, Illendale.
You have your hood up by any chance?
Does he have a hood?
No.
Let's hope. Well, he does in his little icon thing.
Yeah.
It would be improper to be wearing your hood right now because you're in someone's home.
Same goes for that of a helmet or anything.
Yeah. You also notice that Nikolai isn't in the room right now.
No, I've actually got a hat, not a hood.
you would have probably have taken off your hat.
Yeah.
This man he is the equivalent of
He is the biggest dickus.
he is the biggest dickus. He sits on the council. He sits on the council of hammers, Kongol, for your
Knowledge.
explanation. And the council of hammers is basically the highest tiered dwarven families. While the king has the final say on a lot of matters, think of these guys as the parliament.
They make a lot of the day to day.
What are you looking for, Gammon?
I was wondering if I noticed him squint to Elendil.
With that much, he's not being very hidden. Yeah, you very much noticed. You all saw him squint when he looked at Elendel, and he asked for each.
Gammon speaks up. Our nation state seeks to change things as well.
Then we are in accord, and hence why I decided to use you. From what I had heard from some of my little whispers out there, you all were a little bit more liberal, as your collective group quite clearly shows. Yes?
He'll
Fair.
says yes. That we are very
Since
different.
none of us are the same race, yeah, that sounds about right.
And none of us are even on the same stature, so
Yeah. Or he looks at you for a minute.
does
Are
he?
you a noble of some kind?
Yes, sir. I was formerly known as Kalindel Elmcharger. I am now Kalindel Meadowstrider, sir.
Why did your name change?
Marriage, sir.
You take your wife's name.
It's been tradition in that of Centaur households for many generations. The sons
Ugh.
go off to war while the women stay home and protect the farm and estates.
And yes, it's not a woman's place to be on the battlefield. Unless she shows admirable qualities, I will admit. My own daughter, she is showing quite the partition for combat. She will
The
actually be one of the members on this expedition as well.
tell him saying that he'll just smiles. Also thinks to his sparring with that of his wife. That our women do have some admirable qualities to them.
Yes. Well, I have not met a centaur. I have never met any of your particular people. I have seen humans before. They are a weird kind. They don't live very long though. It is strange. They try so hard to achieve so much in small lifetimes, and you watch as he pours out another shot, and he starts pouring one for all of you again.
I immediately just slam it back.
I guess killed. Who gives him a cheers?
Yeah,
Him and
he basically gives you a cheers.
kill responds with it and downs it to show gratitude. And I guess we'll roll.
No, you don't have to roll for this one.
You sure?
Yep.
All right.
I just wanted you all to roll basically to be like this stuff. If this burns you or not when you drink it.
Hmm.
I think I won this fight.
But
Which
as
it probably
as I
says
was
very much.
as I was saying before, I went off on a tangent. I apologize. In my age, you'll find yourself regaling with the youth about everything. But yes, my well, actually, she wouldn't be his daughter. My granddaughter. She has her mother's fire and her father's spirit. I wish she would take more of a less dangerous path, but she wishes to do this to prove her papa. I cannot argue with her. But I will express, and you watch as he gets deadly serious. If anything happens to her on this expedition, you will not make it home alive. Am I understood?
Yes.
Kill pretty much nods in acceptance of the consequences.
All right. Your main point of contact will be Nikolai. He will be, for all intents and purposes, your overseer in this endeavor. Is that an objection amongst you at all?
Kill says no, sir.
You're respectful. I like that. I like this respect in this one. I do not believe I have to explain to you, Goliath. Actually, it is rude of me to keep referring to you in such an impersonal manner. What is your name?
Congo.
And the rest of you?
I am Elendil.
Mm.
Yeah, we all share our names.
Okay, yeah. There is an elf amongst you. Hmm. Well, a beggar cannot be a chooser. Again, I thank you for responding to my request, and I wish you all a very prosperous endeavor. And he watches he pours out one more shot for everybody.
Down it.
Das Vidania, comrades. I wish you
Svedana.
well.
German.
Kill.
And actually, Druger, their actual native language sounds more Russian.
Can I ask him where I can get a bottle of this stuff?
This is finally vintage. Uh, I don't know. It is
Insert
quite
liquor here.
expensive. Yeah,
It's
certain
a
insert
high-end.
high end vodka name, except make it a fantasy thing.
Mhm.
Nah, it's from his brewmaster.
Actually, yeah, it probably would be from his personal brewmaster. Well, I mean, if you wanted a bottle for yourself, I could throw it in as part of a reward if everything goes well. And he basically ushers you all away and goes back to his paperwork. You see Nikolai is standing out from the door. And you also see a female Druger standing with him. I wish I could show you her picture, but it's not loading correctly. And for that, I apologize.
Just picture Nikolai with tits.
She
Her beard's
is a
long.
fairer skinned than Nikolai. And you see strapped on her back are these two battle axes. She has what looks almost like leather armor, but it seems more inlaid with plate pieces and woven into certain sections of the armor. And she has these massive studded pauldrons on her shoulders. So these are the ones that Papa said he was going to bring for the expedition. Some of them look strong, and she looks at Killendel and Pongal. The others seem frail. Are you sure they will be able to survive, Nikolai? The Grag said that they are worthy. It is not our place to question him. I assume that you all accepted, correct?
That's what he did.
Let us make our way to the carts, and we will start making our way into the mines. And you watch as he walks towards basically what looks like a courtyard area with basically the female Druger with him as well. I forgot to give her a first name. Anya. There we go. Anya. That works. That's going to stick in my mind for a while.
You're not gonna give her like the most stereotypical Russian name, just called her Katyusha?
No. Uh, as you make your way to the courtyard, you see these massive carts, and they're being drawn by a. It looks like a massive bear. Do not worry, they will not bite you. But I would not tamper with them while they are feeding. They are quite ferocious.
So I cannot pet them.
I would not suggest it. But if one of them allows you, you might be okay. They can be temperamental. Especially Kashka. And you see one with one of the black bear or one of the brown bears has these black stripes on it, and that's the one that he motions to when he says Kashka.
Is
And you
there
notice that standing next to the carts are 10 of these metallic golems that look like suits of armor that have just they're just standing on their own. You look inside them and you just see these little fiery pits for where their eyes would be.
On a scale of waifu bot to Terminator, where are they?
Closer to Terminator.
Okay.
But Waifu Bot might be stronger than them. Who knows? You haven't had it
um
fight them.
can I ask her
Sure.
if there's anywhere I could get a healer's kit?
They have not let you out of their sight. But you could ask.
Well, I that's why I'm
Oh,
doing.
yeah, you can ask Nikolai.
Yeah. Before we leave,
Mm,
is there anywhere I could purchase a healer's kit? I just need one.
to be frank, Elf, none of the vendors would deal with you.
I'm not asking them to deal with me. I'm asking you.
There are supplies inside the caravans.
Okay.
And they start moving out. You watch as the golems like turn in almost a lockstep sync, and they spread out around the caravan. And you watch as Nikolai hops on the lead dwarf or the lead bear.
Lead dwarf.
Yeah.
Jump on the shoulder.
He's
And
just riding another dwarf.
Yeah, it's just one dwarf riding another dwarf.
Anya hops in the cart right behind him.
Are these big enough to fit Kill? I doubt it.
No,
Alright, then.
but they seem filled with like they're actually quite empty with other things other than food.
Alright, I guess Kill just keeps in
And
sync with
like
them.
it looks like maybe some supplies to help clear out like cave-ins and stuff like that. You see like pickaxes and some other tools.
Okay. Kill just gets in
Never
sync
mind.
with.
I already have a healer's kit.
Yeah. Uh you may ride in the carts. Those of you that can.
Okay.
He basically looks at you, Kill. He's like, I don't think you're going to hop in the cart.
Kill looks at him, looks at that, and shakes his head. Nope.
To his absolute shock and amazement, Kill jumps in.
Kongo rides in the cart that has Nikolai and Anya.
Okay. They're in the front cart. There's basically space for. They're not your size carts, so there's basically room for like 2 people to fit in each cart. Basically, you're sitting on the front little ledge piece. So Kongol is sitting in the first cart next to Anya.
Kill's running alongside in between first and second cart.
Okay.
Question:
Mm-hmm.
Are we going off the size of like the normal party size? Because in comparison, I'm really
Yeah,
small.
there is no change in size. I'm just basically saying that there's room for 2 people in each cart.
Get on the cart.
You do watch as you get closer to some of the as you get closer to that bear, it does start kind of like pawing at you.
Kill or someone else?
At you.
Kill just makes a little bit of a more distance between the bear.
It wants to be friends with you. It wants to hug you with its stomach.
Kill looks at Nilla, goes, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't think I want to be hugged by them. Since I am a lower part of a horse.
Oh yeah, let me add these NPCs to the.
Welcome
Oh
back.
yeah, basically she is a officer.
I have no idea what the hell
Is
that
her
is.
rank.
She's
And
she's a lieutenant,
What is
pretty
she?
much.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh, an Oberlieutenant?
yeah, she's actually higher ranked than. Oh damn, I'd have to go back in time and fix that. Yeah, she's higher ranked than Nikolai.
Because he was a Kapfasan, right? Whatever he was.
He is a Feldwebel.
A Fedorova?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that rank might not be right because the current sheet that I'm using. Actually, no, that is right. Yep.
I guess I'll sit in the last wagon. Stay away from the doors, since they already don't like elves.
You're just gonna hop in the last cart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about Yammond?
I'll go with Elendil.
What, keep me out of trouble?
Yes.
Okay. You'll be in the last cart. All right. And then we'll move your tokens when we get to that point. All right. And you all basically you watch as he basically says, "Giddy up," and the bear starts moving along. You notice that the bear that he's riding on is bigger than the other bears. And you all begin the expedition into the mountains. Yeah, we're actually about to get to that.
Okay.
You start making your way down into a mine system that surprisingly leads directly from the courtyard. And you start making your way past, and you see these massive mining uh, facilities that the dwarves are using. You're watching as they're like hammering out all these supplies and stuff like that. Some of them give a nod to, or they give a bow to Anya, and she gives a bow back. Some of them give a nod to Nikolai, and he gives nods. They seem to be mostly Dwarger here, though. You do see a Goliath actually working in here. Kongol.
Congo,
You get a side job, dude.
pass acknowledgement to that Goliath.
He gives a nod. You do find it strange, though, that there are no Goliaths working these new automaton that they're using. It seems to be a new thing that they've started to use, but you do wonder what happened to the Goliaths, because usually this would be something that we would be doing for the guard duty anyway.
Yeah. Well, as we're traveling in a dwarvish, this will be presented mainly towards Nikolai.
Mm-hmm.
Why the change?
I bet you are wondering about that, Undermensch. It was seen as the constructs last longer than your kind did. They do not tire, they do not need food. So most of the families started to retire them
The Father Ironspike also thought that it was cruel, in a way, the way we would treat you. So he gave them all personal benefits and sent them on about their ways. They mostly live in their communes up further in the mountains. But most militaries have started to replace Goliaths, except for the Wildhammer family. They do not trust the new automata.
Hmm.
Are the automatons close to like what waifu mod is?
Almost, yeah. They're sentient constructs, except they're not like at the level of intelligence that Waifubot is.
I don't know. She's pretty fucking dumb.
She's smarter than these things.
Like
Think
pretty
of
much,
them as running on like Pentium 2, and she's running on Windows 98.
and she has a i7 7700K as her processor.
I'm just kind of picturing she's running XP and these fuckers are running DOS.
Yeah.
that too.
Let me add these NPCs to the tracker.
It just
They're not even running DOS. They're running fucking COBOL.
Yeah, but their weaponry is
And
far superior to yours.
Yeah, but it's COBOL. It's basically what the U.S. military still
if
uses
you look
for
at the
half their
combat tracker,
shit.
you can kind of see what she looks like
For
with her
who?
token. Iron Spike.
Oh.
Congo, thanks them for the information and just kind of thinks on this. Unsure, how he really
Yeah.
feels about it.
Anya basically chimes up. Yes, my grandfather, he is a sentimental sort. He always thought there was something wrong with our treatment of the Undermensch. It's probably why he has been a little less treated by the other council members. They say that he is violating the old ways. But as you all continue, you start to notice as you start to get deeper and deeper into the mountain, the mining facilities start to kind of like become more sparse and further along. And it looks like you're almost in like you're just in a cave system at this point, moving along. I don't think we'll get to combat tonight, but we'll leave off at it. Because it's about 20 minutes to go. Uh, you keep making your way, and you start to head towards a cavern system. And as you make your way through, you come to this opening area. And you notice that the way forward seems to be blocked. Let me add this map to you all. And let me place your tokens where they would be.
Upon stopping, Kill does pretty much raise his lance up a little bit just in case.
Oh, damn it! I fucked up.
Was that complete deletion of the map?
I deleted all tokens.
Hmm.
Well, we no longer exist. Game over. Everyone go home.
Aha! Control Z is a thing.
And if they're still on the tracker in the unseen, he can just drag and drop them again.
Yep. It's going to be kind of hard where your tokens are placed. That'll work. That way you can grab that token from that place. And let's see, Gammon is in the last cart. With Elendel. Kill, which cart were you in?
I was in between first and second.
You're riding along the side. Sorry, for theme purposes. Nil, what cart were you in? Or which one would you be in?
I don't think there was actually any that were selected for that.
Would you like to be in the second or the third cart?
How many cards are there?
Four.
Third.
All right. And Waifu Bot is going to be with you, as is tradition. With her new token. If you zoom in, you can see it.
Yay! The weird bird maiden.
Hey, that's what you said.
Yep. Now I have to keep working on. I need to make a fox waifu and a cat waifu and.
But you notice that as you are all in the area, let me add those to tracker. Boom, there we go. This is basically what your marching order looks like right now.
I like my convoy position.
I use a C for caravan because I don't have the proper ones for them.
That's fine.
As you make your way in, and you notice like the pathway forward's a little narrow for you all to be heading forward. Nikolai basically brings the convoy to a halt, and he's like, "We might need to bring out some digging gear and start widening the path so we can fit the rest of the animals through."
Hill does march up with a lance in hand and pretty much goes up a little ways. Out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
You watch as he speaks out in Dwarven and he looks at two of the armor sets or the automatons. He's like, "You too," and he's basically speaking in Dwarven. "Get out the digging gear and start to prepare to widen the path." And you watch as they nod and they go to the cart and get out some digging gear and they start working on widening out the path. As they start digging, though, you hear all of you roll a perception.
Ah.
Did I see anything?
Nil, you're the only one that hears. There's lights on the caravan, so you can all see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that mine
You
rolled.
hear what sounds like as they start digging and they start hammering at the rock. Gammon, you also hear you hear what sounds like a chittering sound.
Is it
Like-
something we would recognize?
Like an Umber Hulk.
Yeah,
Not like an
Umber
Umber Hulk. It sounds like a lot of legs moving, almost.
I guess I hear it too then.
Yes, you also hear it,
purple worm.
No.
and you see, and this is probably where we'll leave off for the night. 4, 4, 2, 7, 8.
Oh.
Those look
These things
friendly.
rush from the cave system to your side.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Um,
And that is where we'll leave off for the night.
Dun dun dun.
to be continued in the next session.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know what they are?
They're unidentified,
Player,
so
player
none of
side,
you know what they are.
player side, yeah. Character
I'm
side, no.
Yeah, player side, yeah.
And they aren't small.
No, they take
No,
up
they're
all squares.
So that would be a large creature, or
Those are larges. Yep, they are large. Congrats on being level 6, boys. I can start throwing some fun things at you.
Let's be honest, I'm a barbarian. My battle fighting style doesn't change from 1 to 20. Just walk
Yeah,
around.
let's be honest here. I'm multi-class.
But you watch as they basically all start skittering out, and you hear them let out this screeching sound. Nikolai just goes, "Protect the carts!"
Did he just say protect the cunts?
Carts.
carts.
Protecting the cunts, got it.
And the two automaton run back. Alright, and that is where we will end. And we will continue next week.
Oh, for my
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is this end of this D&D stream. I hope you all come back next week on Friday. Hopefully, the stream can kick off a little bit earlier, but we're a little late today. I apologize for that. But I thank you all for tuning in and have a good weekend. And for all those that also play D&D, may the rolls be forever within your favor. Good night.